Welcome to Dragon Quest X, everyone. I'm Noaria, and this is Belle. And today we are going to start with the class quest for Summoner. Summoner and Goof-Off are both classes that you need to own V4 in order to unlock. So it does have that restriction, just like in order to learn Fortune Teller and Dancer, you needed to own V3, and V2 was necessary for Monster Master and Item Master. I do not own V5 yet, so I can't pick up the new class that came out with that release. But we'll get to it as soon as I do. So, the quests for Summoner are in the same place where we unlocked it, and that's over in Kamiharumui. So the way to get there is to go to the ferryman between the north and south parts of town. And when you talk to them, this option, so the first kanji of that, it's basically the hideout for the light side group. But light meaning like light and dark, as in yin and yang. This is the kanji that's used for that. So this is the yang side. And the yin part means more like shadow rather than dark, but yeah. And then just means like a clique or a group. So this is the, I guess the light group hideout. That's where we're going. Alright then, let's take off. It's basically there's a doorway partway along the canal here that lets us in there. Alright, we've arrived at our destination. Careful getting off. Alright. Then in here, we find Asahi, who helped us get through or who gave us the quest, I guess, to class change to Summoner in the first place. And she'll be the one in charge of this quest line. Ah, you've class changed into a summoner. It's good. It suits you. Like you've got that air about you. And once again, the actual word is like lightning caller of heaven and earth. Is the if you're reading the kanji for the class name, that's what it is. But it's very much like an onmyoji, an Eastern style summoner. So that's why I call it summoner. I know some other people call it druid. But I'm going with Summoner. Just because that's what it seems most like. Thinking that it was about time for you to make some big progress as a summoner. And so there's a role that I'd like you to take on. Can I ask you to do that? Sure. We'll need more details, of course. Really? Thanks so much. You always have the perfect answer, or, you know, you're always giving me a good answer. Well then, let me tell you about it in more detail. This is kind of like a ghost story. As you see, in North Kamiharumui, there's a warrior's residence. See? Or like a samurai residence is what it's telling me the kanji compound means. Like a mansion there. And there's a hanging scroll inside of an ink painting of Sakura. And from time to time, it almost looks like there's blood coming out of the hanging scroll, and there's a creepy sound. Doo-doo-doo-doo-dee. I think that's like a dripping sound. Or maybe like a kind of a squishing sound. What do you think? Isn't that scary? So what I think is that this wall scroll, or this hanging scroll, has some kind of evil grudge. Or some kind of just evil itself stored inside it. On top of that, or no, and that is why your first mission will be to go free that hanging scroll in the warrior's mansion of its evil. What's that? How do you drive the evil off? Well, for the time being, why don't you try going to examine the hanging scroll, and then let that guide you. I guess let whatever you learn when you're investigating it guide you. Like, you can do it if you try. Also, please be careful not to get hurt. I'm expecting good things of you, Mel. Okay. We'll give it a shot. And then when you leave this place, because it's in between the north and south side of town, it'll ask you which side you want to go to. Since this place is on the north side, that's where we're gonna head. Lingering grudges are kind of a thing that are prevalent in a lot of stories that come from Japan, from a lot of video game stories that I've seen. It's very similar to how there are a lot of stories in Western countries about, you know, places being haunted. So, no matter where you are, those kinds of stories pop up. Especially if it's a place that actually has a long history. Alright, so here's the entrance. This does not appear to be the correct scroll. Oh, I see. Yeah. That'd be it. Well. There is sakura drawn on this ink painting. It's an old wall scroll that has a suspicious aura surrounding it. Do you want to reach out and touch it? No. But I will anyway. Oh, I see. Well. Oh. Well. And this is why you're a summoner. Okay, first thing, summon one of my familiars. Let's see. Hey, chillin', welcome. How's it going? Yeah, we were fighting a Dark Momon. Congrats on the duel, chillin'. Oh, okay. Well, now the scroll is clear. What? The going is fine. It's scary going home. Scary returning. The evil has been fended off with a... the evil has been fended off with skill. Very well. Well done. Who is this person? Where are they? And why are they hanging upside down? Oh, that's why I was having a tough time with their words. They're also speaking in a Kansai Ben, it looks like. But you should be careful to watch your back. the dead tend to creep up behind the living. Hello, who are you? I am a summoner of the Shadow Branch House. I am called Yoi. I'm the leader of the Shadow group. I see. So you are the newcomer to the light group. Poor thing, having been taken in by that thoughtless girl. Okay, so she's insulting Asahi. Our shadow group specializes in spellcasting. If you wish to become a strong summoner, then please come over to our group anytime. But if you do intend to stay with the light group from this point on, do take care to watch your back. Whoa. Okay, well, everything looks good now. I haven't actually been in here. This is really lovely. Oh, I remember her. Oh, and I remember him too. These two dwarves were kind of on the sidelines in one of the moon viewing events that took place. Gosh, was that not last fall, but the fall before? I think. He was making up a whole bunch of dango in the kitchen, and then he ate them all. Alright, well, we're done with that, so let's go report into Asahi. Also, we may have been recruited or been scouted for the other group. Probably tell her about that too. Walked right past the ferryman. So this is where the ferryman is, in the north area. And I do want to return to the light group hideout. The yin side has more powerful spell magic than the yang side. Maybe you want to join the yin side. I mean, you're probably free to choose whichever one you want. Welcome back, Mel. It looks like you were able to, get rid of the evil stored within that hanging scroll right away. That hanging scroll was a work created a long time ago by an artist who loved the Sakura of Kamiharumui very much. To think that something that has lasted for so long would have such evil stored within it. It is the duty of we summoners to calm things like that. Good work on your first job. I believed that you could do it. This is thanks for working so hard. Ooh, we got summoner shoes. Alright. So hey, since this is your first job and all, why don't you let me hear what you thought of it? Was there anything that bugged you? Or is there anything that's bothering you? Oh, we told her about meeting Yoi, the leader of the shadow group. What? Yoi? The shadow group is one of the sects of summoners. They are companions and rivals to we of the light group. That kind of thing. I would call them the shadow sect and the light sect. Maybe I will. I'll probably interchange group and sect. As long as I enunciate it well enough. They can cast magic quite splendidly, and they're a really cool sect. I don't want our group to lose out to them, though. Like, it was said in kind of a way that's, you know, we want to be just as cool. Ever since you came to us, Mel, I've been working really hard every day. So let's keep working hard together. Alright. Got a lot of skill points to spend. Definitely want that one. This particular skill that you get at 140. Yeah, whenever you have a summon out, this one actually, it has a timer on it. You can't use it like all the time. You have to wait for it to charge up. And it will unlock a hidden power within whichever summon you have out. I'm going to leave that one at 140, and what am I using? I'm using two-handed staves, so let's go ahead and that in there. One of my favorite two-handed staff skills is that 21.1, which decreases the amount of time it takes to cast spells. Most of the heavy damage that you can do as a summoner is techniques, not spells, but they do get some helpful spells, most notably haste. Eventually. I'm pretty sure spells were locked out for Mel when we were in that last fight. Alright, well... look at... okay. Not better than what I've got on. I'm just gonna collect the outfit and then take a look at it at the end. Mel, I was just thinking I wanted you to show up. Some of the quests starting, the greetings, are a little odd when you do them all right in a row, but it's okay. We've received a request from Azran. But before I could head out to take care of it right away, my father... what? He threw out his hip? He broke his hip? What did he do? Okay, so basically he threw out his back. My hip is on fire. Poor guy. Ow. So, Mel, I'd like to ask you to take on this job. Is that okay? Sure. I will go to Azlan. What do we need to do there? As expected, Mel. You're so reliable for being a newcomer. It's wonderful. The request this time comes from the food shop. Like the cooking shop. It seems there's been a fire. Ever since ancient times in Eltona, it's been believed that gods take up residences in hearths, so you can't ever take fire too lightly. Or you shouldn't ever take fire lightly. For the details, please go talk to Chichi in Azan in the King House. Take care. Be careful. Alright. I guess it doesn't really matter which side I head to since I'll be zooming out of town right away. To Azran. Mike's cutting out? Oh no. Okay. I adjusted it a little bit. I hope that helps. Where are we going? Okay. Up this set of stairs and then to the left. Alright. To the cooking guild. Here's Shichi. Oh, are you the summoner? We've had a connection to them ever since my grandmother's era, and so I tried giving you a call. Thank you for coming. I've been waiting. See, it's been a long time since I've been back here to my to this house that I grew up in, to this cooking guild, and something it smells sooty. That's what I thought. It seems that before, when someone was roasting some fish, there was a small fire that happened. Thankfully, it was taken care of before it became a big fire. This is the third time that it's happened in recent history now. And I thought it might be because the god in the hearth is angry. And so I would like a protection charm to guard against a fire happening. That falls under the specialty of the summoners, and so I'd like you to obtain one for me. In the Azlan area, if you happen to use your summoner skill, Ibashira, to look up what that one does, on the wild dogs, as the finishing blow, the wild dogs will accept your power, or they will approve of your power, and they will give you the charm to protect against fire. Okay. Well then, let's head outside. Yes, angry hearth god sounds dangerous. I'm gonna have to tell my support to, well, leave them out. But I need to tell them to let me handle it. Okay. Map just says anywhere around here. There are sometimes one or two of them kind of lingering around this area, But most of the wild dogs that I've seen are to the south. Okay. This one here. Attacks a single enemy with... is that like a pillar of flame? There we go. Alright, so you used it to deal the finishing blow. And so you've received the fire warding charm, which is in your key items. I think that's just an incantation. If I had to make it into words, it would be something difficult to determine. Might be like, it wavers at a touch. Oh, well, that's probably not good. Heaven and earth, release this curse. Joy, why have you done this? Or what have you done? It's worth noting that she calls Yoi-chan to indicate that they're close. Or at least she feels they're close. Releasing a spell like that aimed at a person. If things had gone poorly, Mel would have died. Ah, aren't you lively as ever, Asahi? She does not use Chan with Asahi. I'm pleased to see you again. By the way, don't you think it was rather cruel to imply that I could be a murderer? But that's... If the light group is expecting so much of this newcomer, then it shouldn't have been possible for someone to have caught her with that kind of a spell, don't you think? I intended it as just a greeting. I'm hurt. Oh, let's leave playtime there. Don't forget. In the near future, that festival will begin. And at that time, the light group will also be invited. Mel, are you okay? I'm so glad. I couldn't stand it if something happened to you. I had a bad feeling all of a sudden, so I came after you. I'll explain everything about Yoi once we're done with the job, okay? But first, please deliver that fire warding charm to the requester in Aslan. Once you're done, please come back safely to the light group's hideout, okay? Alright. I owe her one? Oh, which one? Asahi or Yoi? Their names even have connotations to light and dark. Asahi means morning sun, and Yoi means darkness. That's probably also why their outfits are colored the way they are. Oh, yeah, Asahi was the one who released me. Oh no, I forgot to look at the— oh well. I've been waiting, Summoner. Did you obtain that fire warding charm already? Yep, here you go. Handed it over. Oh, this is the charm. In my grandmother's era, there was always one hanging near the hearth. If we have this, then the heart of the hearth god will be calmed and will be protected from fires. You've been a big help, thank you. Alright, let's go report into Asahi. Alright. Back to the hideout. We probably have a big explanation coming in here. Mel, welcome back. I'm glad you appear to be uninjured. Good work on your job as a summoner. Well then, I know this is sudden, but I'm sorry. I took Yoi and the shadow group too lightly. I didn't think they would put you in danger. It's my failure for not telling you about this. So I will talk to you about her now. That girl cloaked in black before. Yoi. She's the head of the shadow group of summoners. And she was my best friend. The shadow group and the light group used to be one clan. However, over their long history, they split into two styles? Two schools, I guess. But when we were little, Yoi and I always got along, and people always confused us for being sisters. And yet, at the Heaven and Earth ceremony, we stopped being able to be friends. And it's all because I failed. Ever since that day, Yoi has hated everyone in the light group. But I was thinking someday we'd be able to make up, and the light group and the shadow group could join hands again. I believe that's possible. Oh, I'm so glad I was finally able to tell you about it. Or able to tell you about it properly. Because you're our new star that we're expecting so much of. I don't want you to get hurt. I'll protect you, Mel. Aw. Okay. Now then, here's your reward for working so hard on the job this time. You went so far for this one, too. I guess, compared to the last one, it was still in the city here. But we actually had to travel to another place for that one. Oh, we got the... Ooh, the crown. Finally. Cool. So it is in this way that summoners go here and there across Altona, using their spiritual powers to put the equilibrium which has broken down back to normal, to, like, bring things to balance again. It may not be glamorous, but I think it's wonderful to have a job of protecting everyone's happiness. Because we were short-handed before, we weren't able to protect things that now we can because of you. I'm so glad that you've come here. Alright. Yeah, one other interesting thing about this is we're not getting XP scrolls for these quests. Yeah. Oh, and one other thing to note about both Summoner and Goof Off is that the effects of the Angel Slime Hat do not work on them. So just know that when if you're playing and you want to grind them, that's a thing. But that's the trade-off for getting to start the class at level 50 right away. Alright, jump into the next one. Mel, you've come. I like people who are motivated. This time we have 2 requests that have come in. I call them Fear, the Case of the Ox Carving, and Battle, the Curse of the Sword Case. Or the Curse of the Sword. Doesn't that give you chills? But the ox carving one, it looks like it's being taken care of by the shadow group. Or no, they're sending someone, so I'm going to go to that one. Okay, well, I guess we get to do the sword one. Which means that I'd like to ask you to take care of this suspicious sword case. What do you think? Okay. Sure. I know you were just attacked the other day, so you're really brave, Mel. Thank you so much for always helping us out. The request concerning the sword incident came from Kamiharumui Castle. It seems that some nights the sword moves on its own and tries to cut people while they're sleeping. That sounds really creepy. This sword is something that had been sealed many hundred years ago by the Light Group. It seems that it's supposed to fend off evil from the royal family of Kamiharumui. It might just be that the seal on it is breaking down. Everyone seems pretty scared, so I'd like you to go take care of this. Alright. Well. You can hear the details about it from the servant Hagi, who is in Kamiharumui Castle. Please don't push yourself too hard on this one. Let's go stop this sword before it really hurts somebody. Oh, I hope it hasn't already. But, I'm gonna go south, because that's gonna be right near an entrance to the castle. Okay. Over to this bridge. I don't know if we have to come here when it's night, but if we do, it's a good thing it already is. Okay, where to? I see. Hey, Zahi! Welcome! How's it going? Here we go. I've been waiting, Summoner. The suspicious sword is in the servant's room right now. In the middle of the night, the sword will move around on its own and cut people who are on the floor. Well, I mean, this is a place where beds are likely futon mattresses spread out on the floor, so that's bad. I am the first one who got cut. Luckily, it was... Wait, what? Luckily, I had the chills, and so I had 5 pairs of socks on, and the injury was not that bad. But the next day, there was a girl whose hair had gotten cut. At this rate, it's not going to be... at this rate, we expect any time that someone's going to end up bleeding. So please, calm this suspicious sword. Alright. Well... Do any of you put on 5 pairs of socks when it's really cold out? I suppose we also need to take into account that the walls, most of the walls are probably the paper screens, and there's no heating other than kind of like hearth fires. Yep, that definitely looks really evil. Let's take care of it. You sense a suspicious feeling coming from this sword. You want to touch it? Yeah, let's take care of this one. Not sure you could put on 5 pairs of socks. Fair enough. Alright, summon. Oh, I should have talked more about the different summons we have. This first one is Kakaron. Kakaron is a really good summon for kind of pretty much any fight. They have, I think all the summons are she's, technically. She's got a good combination of kind of buff, debuff, healing. She can revive. I think also cast some ice magic. This is the technique that will unlock hidden powers within your summon. I think it just makes their whatever they do more effective most of the time. Fire. A lot of times when you use your different elemental techniques as a summoner, it will put a debuff on the enemy that makes them more susceptible to those elements. So that's pretty helpful. Some of them you have to be nearby to the monster. I think most of them you have to have a single target. The ice one here was an exception. It just does it around yourself, or no, the lightning one does it around yourself and it will catch anything that's in the area. The magma one that's on a timer is also an AoE, but a lot of the other lower level ones just hit the target and that's it. Okay, so Kakaron disappeared. The summons do have a timer that they will disappear after. Kusharami is the next one in line. We'll summon her. And she's a lot more magey spells. And yeah, this fight's taking a while because I still have the rest of the party on Leave It to Me. I wanted to be able to show off some more stuff. Yep, we still haven't learned any spells yet as a summoner. Summoners do not, it seems, do not take turns as quickly as other members of the party, but it's nice to have that fifth in there sometimes. Especially, like in Kakaron's case, where, you know, you need the extra healing. Let's see. Call up the next one. Baru Baru. The next summon is like your kind of tanky fighter. So if you're looking for a summon to help a random encounter when you're out in the field go faster, you might want to go for this one. Or possibly the next one, Domedi. camera turned around here so we can see what the summon's doing. I believe this one is also a lot more attack spells. Different kinds than the second summon had. If I had to put it into classes, I would say this one is more like a sage, and the second summon was more like a straight mage. I read something somewhere that said they were all female. I would need to take a good look at them to make sure, but definitely the first two are female. What a masterpiece. The light group gathers up nothing but tricksters who bend the light of truth. Who bend truth with light. You probably don't know. But several hundred years ago, I'm reading this correctly. It says, I was held up as the pillar of the light group to bring about the end of the shadow group. I was given a dangerous mission and lost my life. At that time, the sword which drank my blood was filled with my regret and became a vengeful spirit. The light group, ever since long ago, when there was the split and the shadow group was formed, has been pushing all of the dirty jobs onto them. Hate them. Hate them so much. Now remember this. The shadow group has been persecuted by the light group. Their grudge runs deep. It got even deeper after the Heaven and Earth ceremony. This grudge will never disappear. Well, the sword looks to be good now, so that's a plus. But now we've got more questions. Mel, I thought it was about time for you to be done, so I came to meet you. Good work with your job today again. Just like you that you completed it without any problems. The Heaven and Earth ceremony was held in this place. I remember it when I come here. This will be a little long, but will you listen? The Heaven and Earth ceremony, is a ceremony to summon the great illusionary... Not clear if this is good or evil. Illusionary being? Illusionary demon? Ten Otsukijin, which erased the Thousand Night Storm long ago. This was back in the era when the summoners were not divided into shadow and light. Our forefathers used this Heaven and Earth ceremony as summoners to serve the royal throne. And the ones who attempted to revive it into this era, revive it into this era, were Mai and Yoi's fathers. Shinonome of the light group and Oma of the shadow group. The two of them had been rivals for many long years. And they were also best friends who dreamed of uniting the light group and the shadow group. Throughout their long history, the light group and the shadow group had had a lot of quarrels or ups and downs. But they wanted to return everything to a blank slate. The reason that Yoi and I got along so well was because of our father's influence. My father wanted to bring the history of the shadow group onto the stage. On literally means like front stage. Hey Ost! Welcome, how's it going? And the Heaven and Earth ceremony was the way that that could be done. And so Yoi and I, since we would be carrying the burden for the next generation, were brought into the ceremony as priestesses. But I failed. I stumbled over a very important spell, and Ten Otskijin resided within a wild soul, became an evil spirit, and was summoned. The evil spirit rampaged and brought disaster down upon Kamiharumui Castle. Our fathers were somehow able to stop it and return the evil spirit to the other world, but Yoi's father defended me and was hit by a very strong spell. And because of that, he lost his life. That's why it can't be helped that Yoi hates me. On top of that, it's also now thought that the Heaven and Earth ceremony was a trap that we put on, meant for the light group to take over the shadow group. So the shadow group has begun to hate the light group very, very deeply. So that's the big mistake that Asahi made when she was younger. But I won't give up. Because I feel like I need to inherit that dream to make the shadow group and the light group one again. I haven't been able to talk to anyone about this, so being able to talk to you like this has made it easier on me. Thank you. Well then, let's return to the light group's hideout. I will reward you a lot for this one. Hey, Mel. Why can't we redo our mistakes? That's a very good question. let's go ahead and hand in that quest, and then it'll be break time. All right. No, I haven't seen your story yet. It only released today. I have been busy with stream stuff up until the point when I started today, so no, I probably won't get a chance to watch it for another week or so. Welcome back, Mel. Thanks for listening to what I had to say. The people of the castle are very happy that you dealt so skillfully with that suspicious sword incident. Anyone can tell that you are quite a skilled summoner. And so I need to give you a reward suitable to that. Thank you, Mel. Okay. We have the rest of the summoner outfit. And 20 more skill points and everything. It seems like having you here, Mel, helps me relax so I can talk about things I couldn't before. You're warm like sunshine. It was kind of rough carrying that all on my own. Keep it a secret, okay? When I'm with you, I feel like I can accept my past and move on. You're really amazing, you know that? Hope someday I'm able to talk with Yui like this about about everything that we've been keeping cooped up to ourselves. Right. So I will put that outfit on, and we'll do the rest of the summoner story quest line when we get back from break. Thanks so much for joining me, everyone. We'll be back in a few.